when I first met him, we sat down at the Polo Lounge, believe it or not. And the first thing he said to me, he just sort of blurted it out, was, "I'm this is a movie about my mom, my mother." And I was like, "Well, that's not what you expect to hear when someone's talking about developing a horror film. It's about my mom." And I don't want to talk too much about Oz, but in terms of his own approach, but I think he was processing something about the feeling of parents where they can lie to you, thinking they're protecting you from something, but they're actually still lying to you. And I immediately said, well, that's interesting that you should say that, because this is about my mom for me.
Wow.
Because as soon as I read the Longlegs character, I could hear her voice
Wow.
and I could hear her melodies. Not that she was satanic, but she was certainly touched, sadly, with mental illness. Well, the villain never sees himself as the villain. He doesn't. To play a villain well, you have to, the character has to believe that what he's doing is ultimately good, even though within the context of the narrative, it's the antagonist and it's on the wrong side. If you play a villain thinking what you're doing is bad or wrong, then it won't have that conviction. If you believe in it, and specifically in this case, Longlegs, I think, really believes on some level that she is doing some good, on some level, in that warped mindset, that this is productive in some way.
Mhm.
And in a way, he is like an old mother trying to guide Lee Harker, to the dark flame. No, no, no.
You can get out of it.
I am a craftsman. I know how to get to a place. I mean, it's been so long now, 45 years now. I
Mhm.
mean, been doing it so long that my access, thankfully, to my imagination and to my emotion is at my fingertips, and I know how to bring it when the director says action, and then how to leave it and go home. I'm not, you know, uh,
Mhm.
that I'm not torturing myself, so to speak. Or at one time I was, when I was 19, I was, doing movies like Birdie and thinking, oh, we all have to be Robert De Niro and Raging Bull, and we all have to live the part and all that. And because I had no proper training, so to speak, I learned through experience and watching movies. And I also learned how to get there without having to torture myself and go complete method insanity. Sure. I mean, listen, it's a beautiful thing to see, because I have always maintained that horror, when done well, is genuinely surreal. It's dream logic. It doesn't have to rely on physics of reality. Um, it can allow actors to express themselves in other ways besides that which is considered the arbiter of great acting always, which is 1970s naturalism. Well, yes, that is good, but we've done it again and again, ad infinitum, ad nauseum.